Welcome back, dear friends, on this very special evening. And I hope you enjoyed Brother Rob's sharing of Emulk and the wonderful feast of one of Ireland's great saints, Bridget of Kildare. That little island has produced more saints and scholars than the whole of Europe put together. From the very beginning, when the Druids, the Celtic Druids, lived a simple life, where they had such a love for the goddess, and every living thing, the trees, the rivers, the lakes, the mountains, the stars, the animals, everything had an important part to play in ancient Celtic spirituality. And I know I'm not Irish technically speaking because I was born in Scotland, but I grew up in Ireland. My roots are very much in Ireland, and I was blessed to have my monastic training in Cove, County Cork, rooted in Celtic spirituality. So I know in my heart that I am a true friend of Bridget, as I am of Kevin, St. Kevin, because I've been to his well so many times in my life. Kevin's well in Glendalough, in County Wicklow, the Garden of Ireland. What a landscape! What a prayerful spiritual experience to walk around the lake and to stand with your feet in that wonderful lake at Glendalough, and then go to the round tower where the monks were, at ancient Celtic Christianity, not the Roman Catholicism that we know today, for Roman Catholicism in a way has eroded the simplicity of Celtic Christianity. And in my heart, I'm more a follower of Columba, respecting the ancient rites and rituals to a living, loving God in nature. Very Franciscan. But for my contribution now, I want us to find Bridget, this great monastic, this woman, a Druid, whose father had an important part to play in County Kildare, for he was one of the top men in the Druidic circles. But she found Christianity, Celtic Christianity. Her faith was very simple, but she had a deep love for God in nature, like Clare, like Francis, and like a lot of our modern day prophets and teachers. And Bridget, as we know, took vows. She consecrated her life to God. And in consecrating her life to God, she lived a simple life, like a hermit nun. And then a group of women got wind of this amazing woman who had incredible gifts of healing. And they joined her. And they founded a monastic abbey. And it spread right across Ireland. And Bridget's vision lives on today in the hearts of the Irish people, mostly in the west of Ireland, in the Gaeltacht, where Gaelic is still the spoken language, the first language. And I'm sure many of you have been to that beautiful land. And it's such a shame today that pluralism, materialism, has eroded a lot of those wonderful ancient Celtic traditions. Let us come on a journey. I have asked Bridget today to guide me this evening. I have asked her to put her spirit in my heart so that I speak her words, and that we try and commemorate her life on earth by allowing her vision become a real vision, Like Gandhi, the great peace man, Martin Luther King and his vision, even Sri Chinmoy through his art and his work. And Brother Kedar said the other evening that when he was on the 2-week retreat there in Indonesia, though Sri Chinmoy wasn't there physically in body, but he was there in spirit, because they showed lots of clips of his many wonderful talks and seminars. And when they closed their eyes, they felt that he was there. I would like you to do the same. I would like you now to light your candle, as I'm going to light an old Irish candle. Pure beeswax, no modern day fat, the real McCoy. Let us light our candles, and let us bring our candles to represent all that is sacred in the earth. Let us come and embrace the Supreme in nature with Bridget. Let us come and join the ancient ones, the ordinary, simple-minded men and women who had such a love for God. Not religion, but they had such a respect for ritual, for the fire. And Bridget is known as the goddess of the fire, the keeper of the fires. And the candle is the sacred flame. So let us come now to a beautiful part of Ireland in County Kildare. Let us imagine that we're in a woodland, and we're coming to the edge of the woodland, and there's a clearing. And before us in that woodland, we discover some beautiful old stone buildings, very old and very ancient. Yes, very, very old. And we notice a group of women. We are observers, but we still notice a group of women wearing a red type cloak, a red habit. And clearly they must be women of God, because they're wearing a covering on their head, like a black veil. And there's an unusual cross made of reeds, rushes. It is the St. Bridget's cross. And they're there collecting water to bring into the building that I think is the old abbey. And one is milking the cows. And I think another one, she's feeding the chickens. Oh, and there's another too, and they're in the fields nearby. They have an allotment, and they're digging up root vegetables for their main meal. And we can see a beautiful fire burning against the abbey wall. And around it we see chairs, old tree stumps as chairs. It's rather beautiful. And then we see a big pan boiling nearby of water, because the steam is rising. And to that they place the vegetables. And they sit with their hands joined, and you can hear them singing the beautiful Celtic Gaelic songs, the beautiful lilt. And one of the women, she has a harp, and she goes and collects the harp, which is lying against the wall, and she starts strumming the harp. Beautiful tones that you've never heard anything like. And then there's a silence. There's a peace. And the group of women stand, and then they perform a ritual, a circle dance, where they're singing and waving their arms in the air. Most exciting is this. and one of the sisters catches sight of you and invites you to join them. They call you because you're hid behind one of the bushes, but they're aware you're there, so they call you and they say, "Come, join us, join us." And there at the head of the gathering is Bridget. And you can tell she's someone of importance in the community, because in her hand she's got like a wooden crozier, like a shepherd's staff. And she has a radiant smile, a beautiful smile. And she places her hand out to say, "Come, sit, join us, break bread with us. We eat very frugally. We eat from the earth. And as you can see, we're fitting well. Our life may not be your life, but our life is blessed because everything is provided for us from the goddess, Mother Earth. And around this fire, you're aware of the smell of smoke and cooking. They're baking bread, Irish soda bread, on the open fire. And the sisters are so happy. And they invite you to partake. And they pass you round a wooden bowl and they say, "Go help yourself from the big pan. Help yourself. For after food we pray. Mother Bridget leads us in prayer. So be still and enjoy. For you have walked a long way, so now eat." You go and you fill your wooden bowl with this wonderful Irish broth that they've made. All the root vegetables are there, and the smell is beautiful. And the sisters eat quietly. They eat slowly. Whereas you're wanting to rush it all. But of course the rhythm is much slower because it's sacred. And they invite you to join in that rhythm. And you're getting the hang of it now. And everything is slowing down. Even your heart rate is slowing down. And when the meal is finished, one of the sisters collects the bowls and the wooden spoons and clears the table, a simple tree stump as a table, nothing ornate, and they bring a candle made of beeswax from the honeycomb and the beehive nearby. The apiary provides the honey for them to sell, and the wax they use from the honeycomb to make candles. And there's this very old looking candle that's been patched to glory, but it has a big flame. And suddenly Mother Bridget speaks and invites the sisters and you to be still. She calls you to come back to your heart. She invites you to just look at the flame and acknowledge the angels of fire. The angels of fire who bring heat and light, and to give thanks. She calls you by your name to come to her, and as you stand you come to Mother Bridget, and she invites you to sit next with her, and she takes you by the hand. She holds your hand, and you can feel a power. You can feel an energy that you've never ever felt before. It is feminine energy. It is soft, gentle. It's non-invasive, but it's continuous, and it's rushing through every part of you. Your mind that was full of crazy thoughts and ideas has now become relaxed. That you're wanting to lie down and sleep, but the grip of Mother Bridget's hand on yours prevents this. But all throughout your mind, body and spirit, you can sense the peace of God. You can sense the simplicity of God. And you are aware of the Earth's Mother, the Goddess. You are aware of the nature spirits around you. You're aware of the veil of protection around these sisters, for they are protected from intruders. And you feel that you're one with them. Come, St. Bridget, speak through my heart. Little one, if you wish to follow the light, you must renounce yourself and your futile dreams, and you must come as you are. Carry little with you on the road. There is no need to have the burdens of the world weigh you down. Travel lightly. Keep plenty of room in your heart for the light. For it is the light of God that inspires us to distance ourselves from the dramas of the world, and to try and capture a sight of heaven, and to be there for one another, to be there in love, as I am there for you, and I know that you're there for me. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all else will be given to you. Everything that you need, everything. From the comb that combs your hair to the toothbrush that cleans your teeth, everything that you need will be provided for. So sit now in the presence of love, for you are surrounded by the love of our sisters, and they only want to share with you the beauty of all that is. They only want to share with you the love of God. For each one of us have been broken in our mind. We have been broken in so many ways because we were feckless, ruthless women who were chasing many dreams, but the greatest dream was already within us. It was to surrender our heart to the Beloved and allow the Beloved kiss us on our spirit, within our soul. Just be still now and allow the love of the sacred flame breathe its breath over you and protect you. And I place my hands on your head for you to receive the gift of peace. I place my hands over your ears so that you will distance yourself from unsavory talk and just listen for the voice of love, the voice of God speak to you. I now place my hands over your mouth so that you will not retaliate in anger, but that you will only speak the words of the beloved. I place my hands on your shoulders because at times the burdens are heavy. The elements can be unkind and people can be cruel. So I place my hands on your shoulders and by the nape of your neck to give you the strength of an ox, so that nothing will burden you, nothing will trouble you. I place my hands on your heart, that your heart will be transformed now into the heart of God, that you will feel what God feels, that you will embrace what He asks of you, and that you will surrender to that love and become one in the divine oneness of all that is. As I place my hands over your heart, I know the Christ is coming into you, and He brings many gifts that will empower you. Take back your power and be the person you should be. I place my hands on your hands and I bless them as instruments of healing and prayer. I now join them together as if in prayer, and I put the seal of the Spirit of God so that whatever you touch will be healed in the name of love. I consecrate your hands to the ancient Celtic rite, bringing in the goddess of fire, to cleanse your hands of anything worldly or anything that has hurt you. And as you open them, the flame of the goddess of fire is burning brightly in those healing hands. I place my hands now on your feet to anoint your feet in your travels, so that whatever you do and wherever you go, you will be a light of love, and others will follow you. They will follow the love that you represented and the love that you were and the love that you shared. I now place my hands at the top of your head and bring them down to your ground, to the feet where you stand, cleansing your aura. I now stand at your side and repeat, bringing my hands down from your head to the tips of your toes, placing you in the shield of Michael's protection. And now I want to hold you close to my heart so that you will know that you are a beloved of God, that you are a child of God. Listen to your heart. Listen to Brother Sun as he sings to you. Listen to Sister Moon as she dances in the galaxies for you. to the stars of heaven that show you the way. Look at them. They too are dancing in the celestial heavens, for you have come home finally to your truth. I now kiss your hands out of reverence for the divine who lives in you, and I bless you on your third eye, on your forehead, and I place the cross of Bridget, my blessing to you, that you will always honor your heart, that you will do only what you agreed to do, but that your life will be filled with love of God, and the fear will be abolished forevermore. Just sit now. Sit by the sacred fire and allow the ancient ones of our land come to you to protect you. For you are a great child of God. Sit and relax and allow the rays of the sacred fire, the goddess of fire, allow her re-enkindle within you all that needs to be touched, to be healed and to be released, and burnt in the sacred fire of forgiveness and love. Feel her love, the Mother Earth for you, and feel the love of the Heavenly Mother for you. Feel the love of the Supreme for you. And now I send you on your way. You are replete in your body. You are replete in your mind. And you are replete in your spirit. Go now. Go and bring with you the goddess of fire. Bring the love of all that is sacred and feel her love for you. For there is no fear now, only love. In Namanahar agus an Vig agus an Spirit Nav, Amen. Sé de Vahawira tall on the cross de Tom eternal lat Ispanahu. Amen. May the blessings of the ancient Celtic saints be in your heart, be in your mind, be in your presence. Be still now. Be still. Be still in the presence of love, for there is no greater love. Be still.